Guys, welcome back to our channel. Another video with High Society Cane Corso, and you're actually in for a treat today. As you can see there, just a little bit forward, Storm and Stripes are actually at the point where they're pretty interested in each other and they really want to play, so I'm gonna let them have at it. So why you haven't actually seen them really interact and play before is because dogs are actually kind of weird. It's kind of counterintuitive. If you want them to get along and not really have issues, the way that you desensitize them to one another, like look, you can see here they're totally just playing. It's not really getting aggressive or anything like that. Is the way that you get them used to each other though is you allow them to be around each other without interacting. So since we really got Stripes, because we know that Storm is so dominant and like stubborn and she will literally like takes on anything as a challenge, we really kept them separated. Like we walked them like next to each other, so they were around each other's vicinity. They were next to each other in the crate for a while, you know, and now like look, no problems, nothing. I mean, yeah, they're like showing each other a little bit, but the tails are not all the way up. They're at a good neutral level. Yes, they're getting a little bit more hyper than what I would really want them to be, but hey, they're having fun. And another thing, we never force them to like be together. I know a lot of people will get like two puppies or they really want their dogs to get along and they'll like force them to be together all the time, and that can cause a lot of issues and aggression. Like horses are actually known to have same-sex aggression. It's something that really a lot of breeders will kind of warn you about if you want to get two females, two males, whatever the case is. But yeah, this is how you get them to kind of just play and like get along. And in some cases, it may take like months to even a year to get your dogs to this point of them being okay with each other, like just hanging out. I'm really surprised in Storm's behavior. I thought for sure I was going to have to get something out to stop her from going nuts, but no, they're doing really well. As you saw there a second ago, like they're like smelling each other's butts, and like that's what you want. Like, and I'm actually really surprised in Stripes at how confident she is with another dog. So Stripes, one of the things we're working with her on right now is building her confidence with people. So she came from Arcade at Cane Corso, and they live on like a massive farm. And so, like, yeah, she was socialized, but she was socialized in that environment, not really like a suburby type environment where there's like a whole bunch of people. Like, they have a bunch of people going there visiting the dogs and things like that, but it's just a different environment here with us. So we really are working on getting her comfortable. And so she is a little bit more timid when it comes to like meeting new people. But she did great, like with Storm. She does really good with other dogs. And last week we went on vacation actually, so we left them with Butch Capel Canine Training, which is a board and train place, and he does boarding and training separately, but Lycan's there right now getting trained, which is why you don't see him out with us today. But they did really well. I think that it's kind of weird, like after being there for a week and like I guess living in the chaos, they come home and they're like so well behaved. Like Storm like doesn't even like have a barking problem anymore. Doesn't bark. When somebody comes to the door, she'll bark once, and then but before she used to bark and bark and bark, you know, but now she doesn't anymore. So I think that little week of whatever the hell they were doing to them there, it kind of fixed a lot of the issues we were having with them. So far I really like that training program. I'll do a full review of them once Lycan does get back. Mr. Capel is so knowledgeable. Like, just hearing some of the stories he has is like pretty crazy, but he actually had a Corso from the first original batch of Corsos that were brought over here, like the first line. So he's very familiar with Corso. He actually helped the ICCF write their working standard for the Corso. So I was really comfortable with sending them there because, you know, like some trainers, you'll send them, but they're actually really kind of scared of them. So when they have that fear component, like one time my brother-in-law got this guy, like some guy from Arlington that said he was a protection dog specialist or whatever. And honestly, like he was kind of scared of Kingsley. And whenever they took him, like the first thing off the bat, he wanted to be in the bite suit and like Kingsley bite him. It's like, no, like he has to work up to that. Like there's some levels that the dog needs to go through. There's some confidence building that the dog needs to go through. In order to get to that level of training, they need to really focus and have their basics down. Like Kingsley didn't even really have his leave it command then, and this guy was like jumping into it. So I'm really picky about who I'll send my dogs to for board and trains. I'm really picky about who like training any of that stuff. So I'm really happy with Capel Canine so far. I mean, just hearing the stories, and he gave us some really good tips, and I'm looking so forward to learning more from him as time goes on. He even told us about there's a puppy certification course class thing that you can take that's like a 12-hour class, but it's literally the entire class is all about puppies, like all the different stages of puppies. And it's interesting to see because we were having a discussion about, there was some lady that he told us that like every single one of her dogs, she had Corsos, she was Corso breeder, every single one of her dogs has bitten somebody. And he said that it's because that like when, and even the dogs that would go home, like not just her dogs, like the dogs that she was sending people, the dogs that would go home in like 8 weeks, 8-9 weeks, because the dogs like had such a stressful environment from the time that they were born until that 8-week mark, that they remember that. And what they get socialized around and in during that period, even from the time they're born, like has such an impact on the dog psychologically, that like it made all her dogs kind of go like a little bit cuckoo. So that's why I really think it's so important when picking a breeder that you do pick somebody that has a similar lifestyle to you too, like an icky breeder, I guess you can say. She kept the dogs in the basement, and like she had people taking care of the dogs that really should not have been taking care of the dogs. And so these poor animals didn't see any light, like any sun, like but like for maybe 10 minutes a day when she would take them out. But it was just like chaotic, the story he was telling us. So having fun? You're having fun? So they're like a little bit more rough than what I would want them to play, but for sake of getting their energies out, so be it. Hey, Stripes, get off of her. Stripies. Leave it. Good, leave it. Good girl, good, leave it. And it's so important too when you have two dogs that at least one of them needs to be pretty trained. Like you saw, I tell Storm to leave it. I tell both of them to leave it, but Stripes is not at that level yet. But Storm will listen. So at least if you have one dog that's really good at listening and really good at following directions, and you have one that's kind of not, the one that does listen can kind of help you control the situation while it's going on. Here, Mama. Good here, Stripes. Good here. Good here. Good here. You're going to be so tired, huh? You're going to be so tired after this. Good girls. Good girls. Friendly girls. That's good girls. Both of you are good girls. Oh, that slobber went everywhere. Good girl, Storm. Good girl. I'm honestly shocked at how willingly Storm is going on her back and like showing that she just wants to play, and she's being submissive to Stripes too. Like that was pretty shocking for us to see. Pretty girls. Pretty girls. Good girls. Good girls. Aww, good girls. Oh, taking a break. Y'all are back at it. Back at it. They literally just lay down next to each other in each other's like arms, kind of, with dogs and arms. Storm is so submissive with her, it's weird. Look, she'll just go under her back easily.
Building confidence.
Huh? She's confident with other dogs, not with people. That's what it is. Look at Storm. Wow. Huh? I'm actually shocked that she's being that submissive. Look at them, look. Then they'll just rest. They'll get gassed. Look, babe, so cute. I never thought I would see Storm like this with another dog. Huh?
Weird.
What do you mean weird? I think us keeping them separated for so long allowed them to acclimate to each other. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
They allowed them to acclimate, got used to each other, and then now they don't have a problem. Huh? I mean, it got a little bit out of hand there for a second, but see, look. She'll stand right over her. Look. Like, what? Oh, shit. Baby, the big puppies are out, okay? Huh? Two puppies, yeah, the two puppies. Yes, I'm your mommy. Thank you for giving me a kiss, babes. Look at that. No brushing, nothing. She's sucking your butt. Saying hello. Babies. Watch baby, both of you. Watch baby. They're honestly so aware of when my son is around. They watch out for him. I mean, you saw the minute he was standing at the door, they both kind of ran up to the door because they just love him so much and they're gentle with him. And even when they're playing, they're very aware and cautious of where he is in the space also. But speaking of our son and the update on his quarter swallowing debacle, so we had to take him back in for another x-ray because I mean, we were looking through his, number 2 and we did not see it at all. So we took him back for an x-ray and thank you for another kiss, baby. That's so nice. Thank you. Thankfully, the x-ray shows that the quarter has officially exited. I guess we just missed it. So thankfully, there's going to be no surgeries, no complications or anything like that. And he is safe. And needless to say, every piece of change we see, we pick it up immediately and take it away. So hopefully we won't have a repeat situation. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. We hope to have a lot more with all of our dogs playing together and look forward to kind of this new chapter here at High Society. Don't forget to like and hit that subscribe button. Thank you.